I found out today that I'm the first Prime Minister to have done this. Now, that's not about me.
Keir Starmer, he's our leader. He's a globalist. He's a bit like Justin Trudeau or Kamala Harris. He's a sort of a political cipher in a way. He says he's the first. He makes this really extraordinary claim to be I'm the first world leader in history to have an HIV test. What does that mean? What does that actually mean? How do you know? Here's world leaders that I think have definitely had HIV tests. Macron, for sure, innit? I mean, have you seen like his missus and that? Trudeau probably had one just to sort of make a point. Oh, yeah, I'm doing it. Like, wouldn't he? Some people, look, I don't want to cast aspersions on the sitting president of the United States of America, but in the 1980s, he was large and in charge when he was getting amongst it. So it will be sensible. I've had one. Haven't you had one? I was putting it about when I was a kid. I don't know if you know that about me. I used to be a drug addict. And then I'm somewhat fond of promiscuous encounters. I've always tried to keep it quiet, though, because it masks a nefarious underbelly. Let's have a look at Keir Starmer's audacious claims. And, in a way, they've reaped what they've sown. Like all of the CNNs and the legacy media and the institutions of power, they deserve berserkers and disruptors because they were liars and inauthentic and appalling. In a minute, we're going to be comparing some of J.D. Vance's rhetoric around AI with Kamala Harris's. When you see sort of her absurd conduct, you feel like, yeah, how could we have voted for those people?
I did an HIV test. It's really simple. It's really painless.
What year do you think this is? Freddie Mercury died of AIDS about 100 years ago. Right, now then, there's one thing. Don't die of ignorance. Wear a rubber Johnny. Right, wear a rubber Johnny on your Prinkleberry. Like, we all know about AIDS now. No one's thinking like that anymore, are they? We all know. Not only that, there's that, what's it called? The tri-cocktail remedy. Like, we're at the point where HIV can be pharmaceutically abated. Not all pharma is bad, baby. Not all pharma is bad. Just if it's in the wrong hands of profiteers and bureaucrats and buccaneers, then you're in trouble. Okay, let's see Keir Starmer. Oh, you radical. Now, I had an AIDS test. It's not as bad as everybody said. To make sure it was worth doing, I used intravenous drugs with strangers and shared needles and had unprotected anal sex just to make sure that it wasn't a wasted test.
The test can be sent to you through the post. It's National Testing Week, so it's free.
National Testing Week? Every week's testing week with that geezer in charge of the country. What are you trying to do? Normalise more medical procedures so you can push mRNA technologies so that you can have people that worked for the government now working for Moderna, so you can have the government doing big deals with Moderna right after that pandemic when it come clear that Big Pharma were lying to us the whole time. I've had an AIDS test. It's perfectly simple. They sent me a letter. What's the point of having an AIDS test if you ain't got AIDS? How's he getting AIDS? How's he getting AIDS, that geezer? Oh, you can get it from blood transfusion. Have you had a blood transfusion? Have you used intravenous drugs? Have you had anal sex unprotected with somebody you don't know? Oh no, it's getting a bit hot in here. I might need another test. Send me one in the post. Oh, I put a Q-tip down my dibble-dabble, and then I held it under the light, and it turns out I got the all clear.
And it's literally just a little prick of the finger, a little drop of blood.
A little prick, just a little prick, not mine. Mine's a lovely thing, it is. I mean, it looks a bit stringy at the tip. Oh, I've said too much.
Goes into a capsule.
Know what a test is?
2 other mixing fluids, test done. Really, really easy to do. Very, very simple.
Of course it is. Why would it be hard? It's not that hard to become an intravenous heroin addict and inject yourself. It's not that hard if you have children that require urgent and difficult medical attention. Why is he pushing AIDS tests? What's going on?
And really important to do it because there's just under 5,000 people who have got HIV but don't know. I found out today that I'm the first Prime Minister to have done this. Now, that's not about me.
No, that's why I didn't mention it. It's not about me, so I don't even mention it. I'm the first Prime Minister in history to put a cotton bud down my dibble-dabble, hold it under the light to see what's what, even though I've nothing to worry about because I've never even done anything. But there's 100,000 people who are sneaking around HIV. They don't even know about that.
Surprised. But I would just encourage other leaders, community leaders, those that can...
What? Other leaders? Why is he encouraging other leaders to have AIDS tests? Have you looked out your window? Look how crazy the world is. What's going to happen in the Middle East? How are these shifting populist power dynamics going to play out in a technologically advanced civilization? What are we going to do with this crisis of meaning, where everyone's experiencing a total detachment from love and from God? Well, I know what we should do is we get the world leaders, get Netanyahu and his dick, get the leaders of Hamas and their dicks, get everyone's dicks and test everyone straight down the dick. We'll hold down to a light, we'll see what's what. I'll tell you what we do, we'll stretch our testicle back. What a pointless waste of time! What a pointless waste of time. Sometimes the theatre is exposed by their own ludicrousness.
Reach right into different groups within our communities. Do the test yourself, show other people, talk it through, explain.
Everyone line up, let's do the test ourselves. You get out your dick, push that down your little dicky bird hole. Now I'm Prime Minister. Come on now, I'm the first Prime Minister. No, Churchill never done this. Churchill never put a bead down his dick. I tell you, Maggie Thatcher, she never done nothing on her dick. Clement Attlee, he never done nothing down his dick. None of these. Lord Palmerston, he never put nothing down his dick. I'm the number one dicky bird. I'm the number one dicky bird round here. And if you think it's childish to say dick on the news, don't watch Anderson Cooper on CNN because she's saying it, baby.
Don't be a dick.
Because, we have to try and make sure just as many people as possible do get tested.
What? That's your job. Make sure as many people as possible get tested. You don't concentrate, mate, on what's going on. Have a proper COVID inquiry. Have a look what went on during that period. Look at how the legacy media behaved during it. Look at how government bureaucracies behaved. Look at how much profiteering was done by Big Pharma. Look at how Big Tech censored the truth. Look at how right now there's a crisis of government in your country. People don't want to live there no more. The farmers are rebelling and revolting in the streets of London because they feel like you're unfairly and unjustly taxing them. People think you're breaking all sorts of pledges and promises when it comes to taxation and governance. You can't get out of trouble you're in by sticking a little Q-tip down your dick up. Right now, listen, the world's falling apart. Don't worry, I've got something this is gonna put a smile on your face. Here you go. It's called politics, darling. My word. These are the people that are leading us. 1775. Some companies stand for diversity quotas and ESG scores. 1775 coffee stands for bold flavour, real quality, and the kind of work ethic that would get half of DC fired on day one. If your morning fuel should actually taste like coffee and not like the liquid equivalent of Biden's farts, you're in the right place. Dark roast hits harder than a Trump tariff. Medium roast keeps it bold without the bitterness. And Vitality Mushroom Blend fuels the fight with lion's mane, cordyceps and reishi. Real energy, no synthetic garbage, straight from Bill Gates' lab. Yeah, real coffee for real Americans. Like me. Weak coffee is for the weak, and at Rumble, weak has never been part of the mission. No fillers, no shortcuts, and proudly backed by a platform that does not cut corners, water things down, or settle for mediocrity. For pods, whole bean, or ground coffee, head to 1775coffee.com, use the code BRAND for 15% off, and start your morning with coffee that stands for something. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more uncensored content where free speech can flourish, join our live stream. Click the link right here to watch the next video if you want to, or become a member of a growing movement. Download the Rumble app and you'll be informed every time we make a new piece of content. Stay free.